Hello YouTube, this is Morgan Airspeed Prime here with my next video. This one's going to be a Magic the Gathering opening, unboxing, whatever you want to call it. As you can see here, this is a Magic the Gathering Ikoria. This is the new set that's just come out. Layer of Behemoths, and specifically this is a bundle. So it comes with 10 booster packs and a promo card. You get the box, of course. Spin down, life counter, and some lands, including foil lands. So yeah, if you're one of my patrons, you probably will have seen that I think earlier this week I put up a Magic the Gathering Arena video for patron exclusive video where I did an Ikoria draft on Arena. So check that out if you want to. My Patreon is linked in the description. But yeah, let's open up some of the actual physical cards for this set and see what we get. Okay, so if we slide everything out, you get sort of a storage box here. Okay, we get the kind of bundle itself. Here's a sort of promo sheet. Vivian is one of the, I suppose, the main planeswalkers for this set. And yeah, Magic the Gathering story. So they tell you to go to the website for the story. And here is some rules stuff for some of the new abilities. So for mutating, it's kind of complicated when you read it, but it's actually fairly okay once I think you have the cards in hand and can visualize it. So that's pretty good. So I kind of like that it is a kind of complicated mechanic. So that's that. And then this, if I remember correctly, if we open this up, is actually a poster. Oh yeah, cool. It's actually a sideways poster. So it's a really cool, I think that's a Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt. I think that's one of the mythic rares we can get. He's like the cover card for the set. And obviously he's a giant monster. Vivian is there as well. And it gives you a sense for what this place is. It's kind of all about kind of beasts. But there's like hunter characters as well. And crystals are kind of like what the artifacts are. So that's pretty cool. This is just literally just a box that's got the Planeswalker symbol on it. It's just a kind of storage box, pretty basic, but you know, useful, I suppose. And then yeah, we have the bundle itself, which conveniently has this cutout, so it's sort of easy to take off. Inside, it's just normal, as you can see here. So here is our spin down. It's actually really, really cool. It's sort of transparent, but not fully. It's like the first layer of plastic is transparent, and you can see through a little bit. It's kind of cool. But yeah, there's the set symbol there for Ikoria, which is meant to be the 20 on the dice. And obviously, in a standard game of Magic, you have 20 life. So this is pretty cool, and they're bigger than they usually are. We also get this this little box, I suppose. It's mainly kind of, I suppose, meant to be like a deck holder like thing. Put your deck in that one, and then the rest of your cards in this. Here are our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and yeah, there is a 10th pack. So yeah, 10 packs. This is our land and our promo card. And then what do we have here? So what's this? Discover Magic formats. Okay, Commanders, pretty cool. Planeswalker loyalty, this is how it works. Attacking and blocking. Okay, it's just some rules cards. And then one of the other mechanics in this set, as well as mutate, is these ability counters. So there's a lot of counters, especially like the keywords that you can put on cards. So that's actually really cool to see. And we've got the other ones here as well. So that's good. I think you can get these in the packs as well. So that's quite good. We'll quickly open up the land pack. So there's a foil card. Yeah, we open it here. Okay, so our promo card is Colossification. So 5 green. It's a rare from the set. This is an alternate art rare. I actually wouldn't mind getting this card again in the actual packs because the normal art has a giant cat on it, so that's pretty cool. But this one's pretty cool. It's an enchantment, so you enchant a creature. tap the creature that you enchant, but the creature gets +20/+20. So you can't use it the turn you kind of enchant it to give it 20/20, but after that, whatever you've put it on probably has like 22 or 25 power at that point. So that's actually, I really like that card. I love Magic cards that give the cards huge amounts of power, so like 10/10s and stuff like that. So then we have some foil lands, so we get 3 foil plains, 3 foil islands, and I actually really like these lands. The art for the landscape of Ikoria is pretty cool. There's the islands, that one looks very good. Here's the swamps. There's the mountains. Forests, of course, green is my favorite color. That's very nice. I actually really like that one. Another plains. Okay, so you get 4 of each foil one. I guess they give you 1 of each art and then like 1 of another art, and then you get some also some 3. Yeah, so you get 4 foils of each land and then 4 non-foils of each land, plus the promo card. So that's pretty cool. So we'll just put those in here in our storage box, and then we'll get into the packs. So we get 15 cards in each pack. You get a rare or a chance of the mythic rare in every pack. And the other new thing with this set is that there are showcase art of cards. And you can get them at common, uncommon, and rare, I believe, and mythic. And it's kind of like a comic book style art for some of the cards. I hope I get some of them for sure. So yeah, I'm not going to go I'm going to go fairly quickly through the commons. So Frenzied Raptor. I'm sort of familiar with the set from drafting in a little bit. I'll just point out some interesting cards. Frost Lynx, Strata Stinger, Prickly Marmoset. This is a pretty good card. You know, 2 and a red for a first strike, 2/3. And whenever you cycle, it gets +2/+0, so it becomes like a 4/3 first strike. That's very good. Patagia, Tiger, Plummet, Suffocating Fumes, and then yeah, here's our first uncommon. Dire Tactics. White-black instant, exile target creature. If you don't control a human, you lose life equal to that creature's toughness. Okay. Archipelagore is our first mutate card here. 7/7 for 7. Tap up to X target creatures where X is the number of times the creature is mutated, and they don't untap. So that's pretty good, and it costs 1 less to mutate. So that's the value of mutate. Because like the thing is, like, you get a 7/7 for 6 basically if you mutate. You just have to obviously turn 2 creatures into 1. Last uncommon, Easy Prey, 1 in the black. Destroy target creature with converted mana cost 2 or less, and cycling. That's pretty good. Our first rare, Mythos of Snapdax. There's a Mythos for each of the legendary sort of beasts, I suppose, in the set. So Snapdax is the white, black, and red beast. Is obviously that's the one on the front of the box. And it has an ability if you just pay 2 white. In this case, it's like, you know, choose 1 of each thing and sacrifice the rest. But if you pay for the 2 with black and red, you get to choose the permanent. So that's pretty good. We get our forest and our human soldier token. Okay, so that's pretty good. So yeah, I'll just keep the commons and uncommons to one side and the rest over here. So pack number 2. Okay, Serrated Scorpion, Greater Sandworm, Glimmerbell, Lava Serpent, Maned Serval, Whisper Squad, Suffocating Fumes, Excavation Mole is probably one of the better green commons. 3 for a 3/3, Trample. When it enters the battlefield, put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard. So it's more of like if you want to get stuff out of your graveyard. Light of Hope. Oh, this is pretty cool. This is one of the uncommons I wanted. Titanoth Rex. So it's a 9 mana, 7 green for an 11/11 dinosaur beast with trample, and then cycling for 2. When you cycle it, you can put a trample counter on target creature you control. So you can obviously wait to use this and cast it to be an 11/11 for 9, or very early on, if you get it into your hand and you can't play it, cycle it for 2 to get a different card, and also you can give something trample. That's pretty good. Zagot Mamba, Rooting Moloch. It's a lizard with cycling. Exile target card with a cycling ability from your graveyard, and you can play that card. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then our rare is Death's Oasis. It's a white, black, green. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Okay. Then return a creature card with lesser converted mana cost than the creature that died from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so when a creature dies, you put the top 2 into your graveyard, and then you return a creature with converted mana cost less than that creature. So if a 4 cost dies, you put 2 into the graveyard, and you can get back something that's 3, 2, or 1. So yeah, that's actually pretty good to kind of graveyard kind of type thing. I suppose you'd use that with the what was it earlier on? Excavation Mole would, I suppose, be decent there to put more stuff in the graveyard. We get a dual land, gain land, I suppose. Yeah, we gain 1 life, enters tapped, and it's white and black. Oh, cool! Here's a first foil here from a pack. It's a Corpse Churn. It's just a common, but it's pretty interesting. And then we get a Beast token, which I think are one of the more prevalent tokens within the set. So yeah, we'll put that there, and put the foil here. Those go there. Yeah. So pack number 2. Sorry, 3. Okay, so Sudden Spinnerets, Thieving Otter, Dranis Stinger, Checkpoint Officer, Blitz Leech, Adventurous Impulse, Cloud Piercer. So there's another mutate card. It's got Reach. Whenever this creature mutates, you may discard a card and draw a card. Okay, that's pretty good. Migratory Greathorn, another mutate creature. Whenever this creature mutates, search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. So it increases your mana. That's pretty good. Here is a kind of a colorless card. It's 5 mana, flash, Adaptive Shimmer enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, that's all right. Fully Grown. Okay, our first uncommon here is a hybrid card, so it's a 2 green, 2 red, or 2 red-green to cast it for a 4/3. Trample. Creatures you control with trample you may have this creature assign its combat damage as though it weren't blocked. So that's very, very strong. There is a lot of trample stuff in this deck, in this set. And yeah, here's our first, I suppose, showcase card with the comic book style art. Very, very cool. So it's Insatiable Hemophage. 3 black for a nightmare creature, 3/3. It's got mutate, it's got death touch, which is very strong. Whenever this creature mutates, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of times this creature has mutated. So yeah, that's basically the first time you mutate it, you know, everyone loses 1 life, you gain 1 life, and yeah, it goes up as you go on. So that's pretty good. So yeah, those go here. Escape Protocol. Our rare is Slitherwisp. Blue, black, Elemental Nightmare, 3/2, Flash. Whenever you cast another spell that has Flash, you draw a card and each opponent loses 1 life. So there's a couple of things with Flash, not too many though, is I suppose the best way to say it. So there are things, we get a forest and a kind of card. Okay, so we'll move on. I suppose the hope would be to get at least 1 mythic. I'd be shocked if I didn't. Okay, so Gust of Wind, Shredded Sails, Garrison Cat, pretty cool. Always like the cats. Whenever Garrison Cat dies, create a +1/+1 white human soldier creature token. Okay, so that's the token that we got earlier on. That's what generates it. Night Squad Commander. This also generates the 1/1 white human creature token. Greater Sandworm. Startling Development, Blood Curdle. This is pretty good. I used this in the draft that I did on Patreon. It's just destroy target creature, and you can put a menace counter on a creature you control. So it's very, very strong. There's a lot of big creatures in this set, but there's also a lot of removal. Convolute, counter target spell unless its controller pays 4 mana. Prickly Marmoset again. Ooh, another showcase card. Vulpikeet, 3 and a white for a Foxbird, 2/3. Mutate is 1 less than its casting cost. It's got flying, and then whenever this creature mutates, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So that's very, very good. You want to mutate this thing, and it immediately comes in as a 3/4, and it keeps going up as you mutate onto it. And the fact that it has flying is very, very good. Primal Empathy, 1 green-blue. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power among creatures on the battlefield. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. So that's quite good. Obviously, the enchantments stay on the field, so you keep getting +1/+1 counters until you have the strongest creature. Then you keep drawing cards. So I actually really like that. Blitz of the Thunder Raptor deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard. If that creature or planeswalker would die this turn, exile it instead. That's very strong. Monstrous Step, target creature gets +7/+7 until end of turn. Up to 1 other target creature blocks it this turn if able. Cycling 2, that's good. Mythos of Nethroi, so this is another one of the Mythos cards. Nethroi. Instant, destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature. Non-land permanent if it's a creature, okay. Or if green and white was spent to cast this spell. Sorry, destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature, or if... Am I just reading this incredibly wrong? Destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature. Okay, I think I get what it's trying to say. It's like, destroy non-land permanent if it's a creature, or if these two were used to cast it, it's just destroy non-land permanent and it doesn't matter if it's a creature, I think. We get the white and blue kind of double land, and another human soldier token. So these go here, our rares and our uncommons go here, and we move on. Okay, Cathartic Reunion, Spring Draw, Trap, Perimeter Sergeant, Dead Weight, Honey Mammoth, gain 4 life, okay. Of One Mind, that's very nice art on that. Sleeper Dart, Mysterious Egg, so this is kind of a starter creature for Mutate. It's just 1 mana, 0/2. Whenever it mutates, put a +1/+1 counter on it, so that's fairly decent. It's also an egg, which is quite good. Fire Prophecy is a very strong common. It just deals 3 damage to target creature, and you may put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library, and if you do, draw a card. Huntmaster Liger is our first uncommon here. The cat, 3/4 for 4. Whenever it mutates, other creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of times it's mutated. So it gets +1/+1, then it goes up to +2/+2, and so on. Next, Boneyard Lurker, 2 black-green. For 4/4, Nightmare Beast, 2 hybrid for the mutate, and whenever it mutates, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. That's pretty good in that deck. Storm Wild Caprador, 2 and a white for a bird goat, 1/3 flying. If non-combat damage will be dealt to Storm Wild Caprador, prevent that damage, put a +1/+1 counter on Storm Wild Caprador for each 1 damage prevented this way. So yeah, that's pretty good. Lava Brink Venturer is our rare human soldier, 2 and a white for a 3/3. As Lava Brink Venturer enters the battlefield, choose odd or even. 0 is even. Lava Brink Venturer has protection from each converted mana cost of the chosen value. This is a pretty fun card because like you can just say like odd, and what it means is that like they can't block you with creatures who have like mana costs that are odd, or they can't hit you with spells that are odd. So That's pretty cool, of just like half of their cards potentially won't be able to touch this thing, so that's quite good. Mountain, foil uncommon there, Archipelago, that's quite nice, and another human soldier token. So there seems to be different art on these soldier tokens as well. So this goes here, this is a foil uncommon, so we'll put that there. The land goes here, and our rares and uncommons go here. Okay, we move on. Still no mythic. Okay, so Pyroceratops, Solid Footing, Bushmeat Poacher, Wilt, Frostvale Ambush, Go for Blood, Gloom Pangolin, Fertilid. I actually really like this card. So it's a 0/0, but it comes in with 2 counters, and then you can pay 2 mana, remove a counter, and put a library. A forest, or actually it's any basic land card actually, onto the battlefield tapped. And obviously, if you have ways to increase the number of counters on this, you can keep doing that. So that's quite good. The Pagoda Tiger, Crustacean, that's pretty cool. Hornbash Mentor. So there's a bunch of cards, one for each color that's something mentor, and they all relate to like a keyword. So he's the trample guy. So when he enters the battlefield, you can put trample on something that is a non-human basically. Any non-human you can put a trample counter on, and then you can pay 3 mana and tap him to give +1/+1 permanently to each creature with trample. So they're pretty cool to build around. Reptilian Reflection. Whenever you cycle a card, you may have this enchantment become a 5/4 dinosaur with trample and haste until end of turn. Void Beckoner. So this is the one where there is a version of this card that is basically like Godzilla. So it's 6 black for an 8/8 with Death Touch, cycling 2 and a black. When you cycle it, put a Death Touch counter on a target creature you don't control. And oh, there we go. There's our mythic rare, and we actually got the kind of cover card as well. Snapdax, Apex of the Hunt. So 1 red, white, black for a mythic rare Dinosaur Cat Nightmare. It's a 3/5 with double strike. Whenever it mutates, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls, and you gain 4 life. And it mutates for actually more than its casting cost. So that's pretty good. Double strike is a very strong ability. So it's 2 white and then a black or a red to mutate it to deal 4 damage to something. That's still very good, I think. Bloodfell Cave, so that's the black and red double land. So that's quite good. But yeah, our first mythic, that's very nice to see. And it's one I kind of wanted as well. I think there's other cards I did want a little bit more, but that's still pretty good. So now we have to see, can we get another mythic? Okay. So, Main Servile, Mutual Destruction, Mosscoat Goriac, Vigilance, okay. Capture Sphere, Ferocious Tigerilla, Cat Ape. This is interesting. When it enters the battlefield, it enters the battlefield with your choice of Trample or Menace. Okay, that's good. Imposing Vantasaur, Cloud Piercer, Essence Symbiote. Whenever a creature you control mutates, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature and you gain 2 life. So that's a Mutate Helper. Anticipate, Dark Bargain. Our first uncommon is General's Enforcer. Legendary humans you control have Indestructible. That's good. 2 white/black, exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a creature card, create a +1/+1 white human creature token. Okay. Splendor Mare, Elk Unicorn, lifelink, cycling, and this puts lifelink on something. So that's good. Boon of the Wish Giver, draw 4 cards. Cycling, that's strong. Song of Creation is our rare. So 1 green, blue, red for an enchantment. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. That's good. Whenever you cast a spell, draw 2 cards. That's pretty good. At the beginning of your end step, discard your hand. That's an interesting one. Because obviously you play this, you put your extra land on the field, you cast like 1 or 2 spells, you draw like what, 4 cards or something like that. At the end, I suppose you keep casting stuff. At the end, you run out of mana, you have to discard like say 3 cards. But you then draw for turn next time round, and realistically whatever you draw you can cast. So from that one you play that card, you then draw 2, and then if you have extra lands you play them all, and then like if you use your whole hand, it's a weird one in that like it's just like, you know, it keeps creating stuff from kind of nothing in a way. You definitely have to build around it. This definitely is one of those things you need, maybe like cards you can play from the graveyard and stuff like that, but still it's decent. Swamp, and then another one of these token cards, so that's good. So yeah, the Swamp, our rare goes here, our 3 uncommons. So yeah, 3 more packs left, this one and 2 others. So, Unlikely Aid, Flycatcher Giraffid, Wingfold Pteron, Forbidden Friendship, Spontaneous Flight, really like the art on that, the kind of flying fox. Night Squad Commando, Pacifism is a very strong white card, Blister Spit Gremlin, Cavern Whisperer, Sonorous Howlbonder is our first uncommon. Yeah. So it's a red and black hybrid card, Menace. Each creature you control with Menace can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures, so that's quite good. Weaponize the monsters. Red for an enchantment that says pay 2 mana, sacrifice a creature, weaponize monsters, deals 2 damage to any target. So if you make a lot of tokens that you don't really care about, that's quite good. So next, Dusk Fang Mentor. So this is the Mentor for black, which is all about lifelink. So it puts lifelink on something, and then you can pay a certain cost to give +1/+1 to each creature with lifelink. Our rare is Ruinous Ultimatum with a crazy casting cost. Red, red, white, 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 black, black. All very specific. Destroy all non-land permanents your opponent controls. So it's very, very strong. Everything except their lands goes away when you cast this. That's very good. We have Dismal Backwater. Is the blue-black land. We get a foil Frostveil Ambush and a card here. So yeah. Next up, second last pack. Okay. Almighty Brushwag, Thieving Otter, Tentative Connection, Dranith Healer, Unexpected Fangs, Adventurous Impulse. Farfinder is a colorless card. Vigilance, when it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your library. So it's obviously, the cost for colorless cards is usually higher. For having like a more generic effect that can be played in any deck, but still that's decent. Vigilance, it's got an ability counter on it and stuff like that. Convolute, Evolving Wilds, Excavation Mole, Footfall Crater. So a red for enchant land. The land has tap. Target creature gains trample and haste until end of turn. That's good, and it's got cycling. Necropanther. So 1 white black for a cat nightmare. Whenever this creature mutates, return target creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So that's very strong. Just put something straight onto the battlefield every time it mutates. But it does cost 1 more to mutate, so that's the way they do it. Sometimes it's a cheaper cost for mutate, sometimes it's higher, dependent on what the mutate ability actually is. We have uncommon Charge of the Forever Beast, which is 2 and a green. As an additional cost to cast this spell, reveal a creature card from your hand. Charge of the Forever Beast deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the revealed card's power. So that's quite good. You know, if you have a big card in your hand, you just show it to your opponent, and for 3 mana, this does like potentially 6 or something like that damage. And oh, this is really cool, really cool. So we got a kind of showcase rare. So Cub Warden, it's a cat, 3 and a white for a 3/5 cat, of course, with mutates for 4. It's just a slightly different cost. You need 1 extra white. Lifelink, that's good. Whenever this creature mutates, create 2 1/1 white cat creature tokens. So that's cool. And yeah, I love this. It's kind of like borderless as well. Are any of our other ones like that we got? Yeah, because no, this one still had a border on it. I think the same with the other ones. I suppose because this is a rare, I suppose it comes borderless, but it looks really nice. And obviously there is just a normal version of this card that doesn't have the comic book art, but that's very cool. Another human soldier, different one this time again, and a mountain. And yeah, our 3 uncommons go here. Last pack. So we'll see what we can get. So, more tokens. So, Phase Dolphin, Cathartic Reunion, Divine Arrow, Lurking Deadeye, Humble Naturalist, Startling Development, Coordinated Charge, Heightened Reflexes, Blood Curdle again, Aegis Turtle, very cool. I was like the turtles, Line Turtle fan over here. Okay, cool. Showcase art uncommon, Majestic Auricorn. It's a unicorn, 4 and a white for a 4/4 with mutate. It's got vigilance, and then whenever this creature mutates, you gain 4 life. Okay, that's all right. It's cheaper for its mutate cost. You keep gaining life. So sometimes that's pretty useful, I think. Will of the All Hunter. So this is kind of like a Snapdax card. As you can see, he's on it. 1 and a white for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's blocking, instead put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay, that's interesting. So it gets +2/+2, but if it blocks, if you're using it to block, it gets 2 counters for good. So it obviously, you know, asks you to sort of use it in a very specific way to get the permanent out of it, but still good. Ominous Seas. I've seen a few people use this one against me. It seems a little slow, but you know, decent. Whenever you draw a card, put a Foreshadow counter on Ominous Seas. Remove 8 Foreshadow counters from Ominous Seas to create an 8/8 blue Kraken creature token, and also has cycling. And this is one of those ones, you put it on the field early, and obviously if you just draw cards normally, it'll take like 8 turns to get the Kraken. But if you have other cards that draw you cards, you'll get it much quicker. Not like once per turn or anything. Mythos of Nethroi again. Okay, that's a bit disappointing. This card that I still, maybe I'm just reading it wrong. Destroy target non-land permanent if it's a creature. I suppose it's just not the maybe worded in the best way. I think the way you're meant to interpret it is that if you cast it normally, it's destroy a creature. If you cast it for the cost it specifies, it's just destroy non-land permanent, so you can destroy other things. Kind of weird. Swiftwater Cliffs and our tokens once again. So a little disappointing there right at the end, but still overall fairly good. We got our one mythic rare, a couple of showcase arts, but overall I think they're pretty decent. What did we get? We got 3 of these token things, 2 in the packs, and then 1 was in the set itself. That's interesting that this one here, these are obviously card ones, like they're the same thickness as cards, whereas the one you get in the bundle is actually like kind of thicker cardboard, so that's pretty cool. So we got 3 of them. That's more than enough tokens, I think. We got 3 foil cards from the set, 2 commons and an uncommon. How many of those different style arts did we get? Let me just try and find all them. Okay, so in terms of, I suppose, the different cards, we got an uncommon kind of showcase. We got our kind of borderless rare showcase. Another uncommon one. One common showcase. And then our mythic rare was Snapdax Apex of the Hunt, the kind of cover card for the set. So overall, pretty good. But yeah, that's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.